Hey Mike, I'm here. It's a beautiful night, and today was okay. Right now I'm having a problem with my brother. It's like, so the doctors, all the professionals are telling him, listen, you're gonna, because he claims because he feels fine, and being that his arm is swelled up like a fucking balloon, he doesn't need to, and pus is coming out of it. This has been going on over a year now that he doesn't need to go get help, and it's like, uh, I've gone way too long being the person that doesn't say anything to him. I got just me and him have this connection where he knows that I want him to go to the hospital, but people are saying, why don't you do more? Why don't you do more? And I think I'm at the point where I'm going to tell him, I'm like, listen, our relationship is that important to you. Well, then I'm going to stop talking to you because I got to prepare. If you're not going to the hospital, I got to prepare in losing you. So I'm going to step back and not be around you as much unless you go to the hospital. If you go to the hospital, I'll be there for you through thick and thin. But if you don't, I gotta get ready for you to not be here because you're not going to be here. You're going to die. And like that's just how that is, how he is, just reiterates how hard it is to get off of drugs. You have this person here who is losing his fingers, has a balloon as an arm, can't move his arm, lost fingers on that hand, and has yet to go to the hospital because he doesn't want to stop getting high. If that doesn't tell you the strength of addiction on its own, I don't know what will, because people say, yeah, you do this, you do that, don't ask for pity, get clean, but it's not that easy. It's deeper than that. It's like a mental addiction. Like if someone has diabetes, they're not going to tell you to not take insulin because it helps you. So it's like, okay, so hold on. If you have diabetes, right, they're not going to tell you to just act like you have sugar in your body. Be a man and just, you act like there's things that you gotta do, steps you gotta take. And many people who get cancer, they die from cancer or whatever, and that's how addiction is. It's like most addicts just die without even anybody even realizing it, like except for the celebrities or whatever. And you see the cops around here like trying so hard to, stop the drug they want, but they don't really care about the drug addicts. They just want the arrest or to catch the people with a lot of stuff so they get credit for that. And like just the money that the government puts into stopping the war on drugs, it's crazy. If there were no drugs, you know how many people would not have jobs? Like the rehabs and whatever, the rehabs, methadone clinics, outpatient programs, all that is because of drugs. Like the government, they just legalized weed. Like that's crazy. And people are saying they'll legalize coke, legalize heroin. I don't think that's not going to happen. But if they probably could get money from it somehow, maybe they would. I don't know. I would hope not because that would be crazy. But you would think that when you're leaving rehab, it's almost like they want you to come back because before you even leave, they're telling you the main thing they want to talk about is relapse. But if you leave that relapse, just come right back. And it's like they have their hand out all the time. I don't even know because it's like you think about it, and it's just most people are just like, who cares? It is what it is. I'm not gonna. I'll donate something here, donate something there. But people, it doesn't really. People. But in that case, most families have someone in their family that is addicted or is an alcoholic, but they just turn a blind eye to it and they don't want to deal with it. You really need to, like with my brother again, it's just that him not going to the hospital, it just says so much about addiction. Like this dude is done, he could prevent his death, but he doesn't want to stop getting high by going to the hospital. I even say to him, like, look, you'll probably get more drugs in there than you do out here. Just go. And and it's not just the drugs, it's the ritual, the everyday, the hustling, the copying, it's everything's involved, everything's wrapped into it. And it's just, it's so hard for people. And then there's people on the flip side of that, like the people who turn a blind eye. There's people opposite of them. Like I read this book, Beautiful Boy, and the father's addiction, the kid's addiction became the father's addiction, and his addiction was getting his son clean, and he went through any measure to do it. And it was great. It's a great book. If you read it, turn it into a movie, but it was just so real. But the son ended up writing a book too. But I just liked that book, and it just shows you how I never had that. I never had anybody who my friend helped me a lot, but I never had a father or mother like that. That I wish I did. I wish like my parents were the total opposite of that. Like they got me high, and I don't know. I'm just sitting here thinking about just my brother, and it's just like, and I'm a drug addict too, but I would like to think if my fingers started to fall off, I would go to the hospital, and it's like, wow, like it's really, I just don't get it. And he says he loves me. Well, if he did, all my other family members died. We think he would do something about it, but he hasn't, and keep praying for him. I hope he will. I really do. I mean, I guess, how they say rock bottom. I guess he hasn't hit his rock bottom yet. Tell me that's not a rock bottom. And tell me rock bottom exists. And there is no rock bottom. You get clean when you get clean. And I just worry about him, and I hope, please just pray for him, and hopefully he decides to go get that taken care of, because he's gonna die, And in the book, like the father worked so hard to get his son clean, and it worked. His son got clean, but his father also started to understand addiction and learned about it. And then I'm pretty sure he helped other addicts too. Like once, his son got clean, he would go out and help other addicts. And I'm not trying to get anybody's pity by sitting here. I'm just trying to show you guys the reality of all this. And drug addiction is not a joke, and it's real. And people who just want to say that you toughen up, be a man, stop using, it's more than that. It's way more than that. And the government can't change it. They probably, like I said, they probably have their hand in so many different things that they don't want drugs to be taken away. I don't know. Who knows? Yeah, I was just saying, who cares, man? Who knows? But rehabs, they're never going to go out of business as long as they're drug addicts. And jails, and all that are filled with drug addicts. But I don't know. Hopefully, this weekend will be good, and I'll get my brother to go to the hospital. And I thank you guys for listening. I thank you for all your comments. And until next time, on What Not to Do.